Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin' Mommy, and it's Tuesday the 26th, September 26th, and I'm here for my weekly update. Probably going to be quick again this week because I only have a couple things, or 3 things to show you. And in a little over an hour, I have Shelly, Key X Stitch, is coming over here to stitch with me. So we're going to have a stitching morning, and that's going to be really fun. So I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to get this done early. The sun is like back here shining from the window, so it's going to give me a little halo, but it is what it is. So let's see. First off, I wanted to say I am really excited that Hannah Handmade has started to make Flosstube videos. She put her first one out, and it's long but really enjoyable. She calls it her stitching story, so it's not things she's currently working on, but it's like a history of the things she's done and the progress she's made through the years and the different styles she's tried. And I love all of her projects, and she's tried so many fun styles and specialty stitches, and she's one of the first stitching friends that I made on Instagram when I started sharing my stitching last May. So it's really fun to see her in person and making a video. So go check her out. I'll link her below. And I also noticed there's some, like, a renewed interest in my temperature garden pattern lately. And I think it's because people might be gearing up for New Year's stitching, perhaps. This would be a fun thing to start in the new year, because it's you stitch along with it for the year. I think for January, when January comes and I am hopefully finished with mine, I'm going to kind of put a call out to anybody else who might have finished one and to submit photos, because I would like to have a little collage in my Etsy listing of examples of gardens from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, to show what it could look like. And I'll obviously put mine up there, but it would be fun to have some from other places too if anybody else finishes theirs. So look for that in January. I'll be asking for pictures. And speaking of temperature garden, I'll just start with that one. I did work on this a little bit this week. So again, during the football game, because I didn't have really any other time to work on it, and that seemed to be a good time. So here's what it was last week, and here's where it is now. With the light behind me, this might be a little tricky, but I have 1 more flower and 3 more stems, another length of stem backstitching, and that's what it looks like now. A little bit funny on the coloring, but you get the idea. It's been fun, and my kitty is joining us today. She has never once decided that she wants to come be a part of a video. Cinnamon, come on up. Here she is. This is my kitty. This is Cinnamon, and she's usually pretty standoffish, but she's old. She's 14. She will sit on my lap and tolerate having a pattern on her back and while I stitch, which is fun. Not all the time, but sometimes she'll let me do that, which is really fun. So she's gonna sit and just hang out here with us while I finish this up. Hey, kitty. All right. So let's see, the next thing I worked on, I showed you my National Parks, Greetings from the Parks Stitch Along that came out on the 15th. The first clue came out on the 15th. And here's what it looked like last time. And this is how far I got in the meantime. I really need something thicker because it's backlit here today. There we go. So I got almost all of this Arches one finished. There's still a few gaps in here on the tan, but I was done. Like, and for some reason I think maybe 6 days is like my max for most things. Like, I was just kind of tired of it. Not that I didn't necessarily want to stop stitching it, I guess, but I really, really, really wanted to work on Three Sisters this week and didn't want to have to go straight to Royal Holiday and skip like all the plans that I had. Excuse me, kitty. So, I decided to just stop where I was. I didn't even bother finishing that color. There's even like 15 stitches of this red color. And I just like, you know what, I'm done. I still have the thread, you know, in there, ready to go. All the people and animals are all the way done, which is really cute. So this is a kangaroo rat and a western screech owl and a moose. And then the two little rangers are finished. I made this one a girl, because again, it looked girly to me. Even though it's short hair, it was kind of curly. I don't know. No offense to men with curly hair, but when Frosted Pumpkin does it, it just kind of looks like it should be a girl to me. So I gave her eyelashes. I did that on my other national park one too. There was a ranger in there that just was like, no, she needs to be a girl. So let's see. What I decided on this one is the clues come out on the 15th. So I think I'm going to go back to having a weekend project and weekday, like 5-day weekday rotations, because that seemed to be really nice for me when I was doing that. It seemed to kind of fit what I am able to commit to and what the stitching length that I like. So I decided to make this my new weekend piece. And so I will bring this out again probably the second weekend in October, because the first weekend is just the Sunday, half of a weekend. So I'll stick with Royal Holiday for the October 1st. But starting the first full weekend in October, I'll work on this for 2 weekends. Most likely we'll get that finished before the third weekend, which is when I could work on the new clues. If I finish this before the next clue comes out and I still have weekend time, I'll work more on Royal Holiday for that weekend, or whatever else I have planned for that week. So it's still cute. I just kind of needed to put it away so that I could get out Three Sisters, because I really wanted to put some love into her, and I didn't have as much time this past week or last week. Like, it's been really, life has been full. Like trying to juggle like a new school year and a new schedule to keep it on top of housework and the other things that I want to do. It's been kind of a struggle. Like, there's been extra things at school I want to be involved in. So trying to find time for stitching and has been hard. So I'm really behind on Flosstube. I'm really behind on stitching, but I am doing a little bit, so I will share with you what I have been doing. So I got out Three Sisters, which is this one. I'm working on this girl. I did not do anything in the background because I wanted to get at least one color added to her, and I finally got one color added. I worked on her even this morning, in the wee minutes of this morning, for about 10 minutes to get the last couple stitches in so I could say that, yes, I have a whole color finished. So here's what it looked like last time, and hopefully my cat won't attack it, but here's what it looks like now. Oh goodness, that does not work with being backlit. Alright, I decided to just move seats because it's quicker, and this is on the other side of the room here. Here's what it looks like now. So no more done up here. I wanted to go back and forth, but when it was all said and done, I was more interested in this. So I wanted to work on her. So I got this light peach color through here and down here. So that's all I did, was this light peach color. to add one more dimension to her face. And I was hoping to put in another color, maybe in her lips or something, to give her some more dimension, like a face, but I didn't get that far. So hopefully when this comes out again another time, I'll be able to give it a little bit more time. It was just slim pickings with stitching this week, so hopefully that will be remedied and I will be able to find some more time, be on top of my housework, and can find guilt-free chunks to stitch. Somebody asked in the comments recently, and I haven't responded yet because again I'm behind in all of this, but asked what kind of stitching time I have during the day, and lately I've been lucky if I have 15 minutes in a day, like at the end of the day. Sometimes I can have like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours broken up into chunks, usually not all in one sitting most of the time. Like I can do a little bit sometimes when my boys are doing their homework, and I can verbally interact with them if they need help while I'm stitching. Sometimes there's evenings I can stitch, sometimes I stitch while I'm visiting with people, like on the phone or webcam or something. Sometimes I'll take breaks in the morning with my tea. I'll have a cup of tea and I'll stitch for a half hour or something. So it really varies, but lately I've been kind of hit and miss, and like I said, 15 minutes is a luxury sometimes. So it just kind of varies with the days. And again, my travel stitch, I usually get 10 to 15 minutes on most weekdays working on that one. And it is coming along. Took another picture yesterday morning. Shelly will get to see it today. She likes to see the secret stitches. And so that's coming along. Hopefully that'll be finished but by the time it needs to be gifted. Let's see. Oh yeah, something I was going to mention with my national parks. It calls for a 2-strand backstitch for the few things that need backstitching, which is so far just eyes and mouth. The mouths for the people and all the eyes from the animals and the people all said 2 strands for a backstitch. And I believe the called for fabric is like a 14 or a 16, or the comparable linen, the 28 or 32 linen. I'm doing mine on 18 count, so it's a little bit smaller than recommended. And I found that a 2-strand backstitch for most of the eyes was too much, especially on the little bird. Like it was like, like that just doesn't work. So, but leaving it just an X made him look dead, with little X eyes. So I went ahead and did a 1-strand backstitch for all the eyeballs. In case you're doing yours on 18, this is, food for thought. However, the eyelashes that stuck out and the smiles kind of needed still a 2-strand one to really show up. So I went with 2 for those. And I'll probably do 2 on the letters as well, just to make sure they are legible. So, but the actual outlining of the black squares for the eyes, I did 1 strand on 18 count. And that seemed to be better. And so going forward into this next week, I will be working on Royal Holiday, and for ease, I'll just put in a picture here of what it was last week when I showed you. I haven't touched it yet. I should be picking it up today when Shelly's here. I'll be working on that. And I'm probably give that 6 days. Because 5 days till the end of the month, but I think I'll tack on October 1st as well. And then in October I'll start doing weekday projects and weekend projects. So my weekend project will be the national parks. And I'll probably do the Joyful World November for the first week in October. And then I'll probably do like every other. I'll do the November, I'll do Royal Holiday, then something else, and then Royal Holiday again. Originally, I want to do my chatelaine. I also had thought about starting the heirloom nativity sampler, but I think I'm going to wait on the nativity sampler and not start something new right now because I want to focus on Royal Holiday. And something Dina of Half Stitch Cross Stitch had mentioned, she was saying she had to make a conscious choice to put aside a lot of her whips to focus on the finishes that she really wanted to get finished within these certain time frames that she had given herself. And that kind of hit a chord with me because I think I need to do that with Royal Holiday and just kind of put aside the desire to stitch all the things and finish all the things, because that's impossible, especially with the time I have to stitch right now. If I want to get Royal Holiday done this year, it needs to be a focus, and I need to put aside some other grand plans that I had. I had hoped to work on the Stitchers Retreat. That's the full coverage, not full coverage, it is full coverage. Extreme cross country of the two Stitchers, you know, that free Heaven and Earth Designs one. I was hoping to work on that in October and start the nativity sampler, but I don't think either of those are very wise choices. And I do want to work on my chatelaine for another week, but if I think Royal Holiday needs more time, I might need to cut that out too and give Royal Holiday like 3 weeks, and not counting the Joyful World Stitch Along and the National Park Stitch Along, because those are ones I want to keep up on, so those are not getting cut. But I still have November and probably lots of December, so I figured I can start the Heirloom Nativity Sampler as soon as Royal Holiday is finished, as maybe like a reward for finishing Royal Holiday, because they're both Christmassy. So that's kind of what I was thinking. So next time you'll see progress hopefully on Royal Holiday, and that might be it. I may have started November by the time I get to another video, so maybe you'll see a little bit on that, and probably some more Temperature Garden as well. So all of that should be everything for today, I think, and I will go start working on this and get ready for Shelly to visit, and hopefully I'll get caught up on Flosstube again and can see all of your lovely projects as well. So happy stitching! Bye!